The deadline to appeal your property assessments is getting closer, but we're still getting a lot of questions about overall assessments, the process itself, and the impact on homeowners.
KSHB 41's Elise Schoenig covers Johnson County. In fact, a viewer reached out to her asking this question. When housing prices soar, why aren't the mill levies adjusted lowered to offset such wild increases? Tonight, Elise has your answer.
We've been doing a lot of stories on property taxes in Johnson County, and a lot of this talk came from people we met at Let's Talk in Olathe.
Being a retired person, and essentially a fixed income, that kind of jump is not sustainable.
I want to live in this home for, well, as long as I can now at this point since I'm retired. And am I going to be able to do that and not get priced out of it because of taxes?
I've been covering your assessed value, but that's really only half the story. The other half is your mill levy, aka the rate your property is taxed. A viewer named Howard reached out to us asking about mill levies. So to determine what you actually owe on your property taxes all comes back to this formula. It's your assessed value multiplied by your mill levy over 1,000. Please stick with me. So who gets that money and where does it go? I cover Olathe a lot. So I typed the address of one Olathe resident that I've spoken to into the Johnson County property tax calculator. Say that 10 times fast. The almost $6,000 in property taxes that this resident owes is split between the Olathe School District, the City of Olathe, Johnson County Community College, Johnson County Parks, and the state of Kansas. Now notice how the majority of that money does go to the Olathe School District. Every year, each of your local taxing authorities, like your school district or your city government, set their mill levy rates to raise enough money for their budget processes. Here's the secret. Just because your assessed value increases, it doesn't always mean you'll have a higher tax bill. Actually, if your local government lowers the mill levy, your tax bill could stay the same, even go down. What local taxing authorities do with their mill levies is what actually finalizes what you owe. Needless to say, it's complicated, but it's also important to understand both sides of the story to figure out what you owe. I'm Johnson County reporter Elise Schoenig with KSHB 41 News.